Welcome to ABC 10 News at 11 o'clock. I'm Walt Gray. We continue to follow the breaking news this morning. Officials giving an update on the investigation into that deadly fireworks explosion in Esparto. 7 people were killed in the blast on Tuesday. Their bodies recovered over the weekend. And an hour ago, the press conference was held as more questions are coming in than answers provided. ABC 10's Luke Cleary joins us now live. Luke, we all watched the press conference. We heard your questions to the officials there. Did we come away with any new information other than it's going to take time?
Yeah, well, that appeared to be the overriding message from officials here today. Many unanswered questions still, but we did get some clarification on at least the timeline when it comes to the DNA identification of the victims. It should take about another 48 hours or so for that to be complete, according to the Yolo County Under Sheriff Matt Davis, who came out alongside Esparto Fire Chief Curtis Lawrence to give us some of the latest on this investigation. I want to go ahead and show you some video though. Earlier today, we saw as family members put up signs demanding answers, as they had been for the last several days. And this press conference took place on Road 86A, County Road 86A. It's the closest that we've been able to get to the site so far. A little more information here from the fire chief, who said that this site is transitioning from a recovery to a law enforcement investigation, with the state fire marshal leading. Still, again, many questions swirling about the ownership of this property. A Yolo County Sheriff's lieutenant and an Esparto volunteer firefighter are connected to the property in some way. That firefighter is currently on leave, according to the chief. The chief also saying that he was aware that the facility was storing fireworks and did site visits, but would not elaborate on what those visits entailed. And as you come back out here to me live, take a look at this. Heartbroken family members, again, have set up signs, and they really have kind of a makeshift gathering point here as they wait to learn more information. Family have confirmed to us some of the names of the victims, like the 3 brothers, Jesus and Johnny Ramos and Junior Melendez. Family was not invited to this press conference, but Chief Lawrence responded to some of their questions that family members have raised about the initial response.
This is a tough thing to discuss, and as an incident commander of an incident like this, it's a really tough decision to have to make. You know, again, it's almost hard to talk about it, right? We always want to put life safety as our first priority. It is always our first priority, but we also have to be able and be professional and assess the situation for what it really is. And given the magnitude of this incident, staring at that incident, knowing what was occurring, we had to make the most appropriate decision to protect the rest of the lives that were at stake. And so we made the decision to conduct the operation that we did.
And if you'll come back out here to us live, you'll see family members sharing an embrace beyond the road closure. We've seen many hugs among family members who, again, are just waiting here at the road closure for answers. Meanwhile, the recovery efforts have focused generally on mitigating the hazards that remain at the site, any unexploded fireworks that could still remain on the scene. We know that 2 people were treated at the hospital following this incident, although officials have not identified those 2 individuals. We asked once again and again. Officials saying that this is an ongoing investigation. That was their answer for many of our questions, Walt.
Yeah, Luke, you know, with that press conference and you being there and asking all those questions, you can obviously understand the sorrow and the angst of the surviving family members. And then also with the law enforcement and fire, they're like trying to say, look, these investigations, we can't give you the bad guy today or tomorrow if there is a bad guy. Is there some suspicion that something nefarious happened here and that somebody will be brought to justice for this?
Well, I can tell you this, Walt, that emotions were running extremely high the day after the explosion when I first arrived here on scene to cover this story, and some family members will raise those suspicions. There are a number of questions, again, swirling about just the ownership of the buildings in question and the ownership of the actual company that was operating there, but it's still just too early at this stage in the investigation to say whether there will be criminal prosecutions at the end of this. I suspect, though, given the tenor of my conversations with the victims' families and the signs that you see here calling for justice, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they are hoping for at the end of this, Walt.
Yeah, I mean, something negligent could very easily have happened to cause 7 people to die, and they would like to know who was negligent, and that's understandable. All right, Luke Cleary, who is out there at the command post check. Luke, thank you. We will check back with you. Luke was at the press conference that we carried live at 10 a.m. We've been streaming the latest updates on this fireworks warehouse explosion live on our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. You can find more press conferences and reaction from the victims' families. That app is free to download on your TV, and stay with ABC 10 for the very latest.